This trick that I used to use in my old gig to make beats really fast on trade show floors still works for me today when I'm stuck. And you can use it to create wild percussion grooves kind of like this, or dope melodic stuff like this. And no, you don't need fancy gear or the latest tech. You could probably do it on something you already own. Now, I was at the club the other night and I heard this track that reminded me of this technique, so I wanted to share it with you today. And I'll show you how to do it on the circuit tracks. Then I'll show you this super cool version that I've been into lately on the Digitakt. All right, let's dive in. So it's surprisingly simple. We have a simple drum beat here, right? Drum 1, drum 2, that's our clap. Now on drum 4, or whatever drum you want, I'm gonna hit the preset button, and this gives us access to all the sounds that are loaded for this project. And essentially that's what we're gonna use. We're gonna utilize the limitations of the machine plus this access to randomized sounds to our advantage. It sounds a little gimmicky at first, but bear with me, check this out. I'm gonna just slide my finger across. And already we kind of have something. The reason that this works though, is because that we have quantization turned on. And it's just gonna force that playing of my finger to a specific step in the groove. Now, to make this even nicer, we have control on circuit tracks as well as circuit rhythm and most drum machines over the decay of the envelope for this sound. So if I turn this all the way down, it's gonna be really plucky. Now, in our mixer, just to focus in on drum 4, I'm gonna mute everything. We can push this a little further by kind of shaping this up. So you can hear there's a little ow. Maybe I want it to go ow, 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 ow. Just duplicate it, boom, boom, boom. I don't want it there, I'll duplicate it here. And then duplicate, I don't know, this one here to mask the old one. Again. It's that easy. Now, here's another way to do this. Instead of just sliding your finger off, which will then apply a step to, or a sound to every step, we can kind of just, again, it's gimmicky, I know, but you can kind of just slap this thing at the beat or the percussive element rhythm that you want. So watch. Right, so now there's a bit of a rhythm in here. And if we went back to our old pattern, we can take some of these out too. Right, if you throw this into the delay, and then throw in maybe the clap, and then, I don't know. And then of course unmuted that. Right, and then back to the other pattern that we had. Or then we can take this a little further, hit record, and just open up the automation of us opening the decay. So the reason I really like this technique is because you're in a way just kind of letting the machine work against itself, but then spit something back at you that tastes good. Gross. But you know what I'm saying? Like you just kind of see what it does and then work it and then be like, oh, there's something here. There's some material. Let me duplicate this. Let me cut this out. Let me do that and move the groove around, do this, do some little swing, and you have a cool little pattern. All right, now let's move on to the Digitakt to show you a slightly different version of this that I use more often, especially with sample chops or chord samples. Oh, and by the way, if you want to support the channel, I sell these See You Later Oscillator hats linked down below. Okay, check this out, it's really cool. So again, simple beat, but on track 9, we have this sample, which I have no idea what it is. It's just called Record 0011. I recorded it here at some point in time, but it's this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into grid mode. Now grid mode, we can add some more slices between the start and the end point of this sample. So I'm gonna go with 16, sure, that's fine. Doesn't really matter because similar to what we did on circuit tracks, we're just gonna play in what we want the rhythm to be. So we'll just play it in. we're good to go there. So now, to access that randomization of me sliding my finger across the pads, we do it slightly different here. While in the source page, these slices are just playing the first slice. But if I hit yes, we can create random locks, which will randomly assign a slice to each of these steps. All right, let's do it again. Again. Okay, there's something here. Now, a couple things to fix. We might not like that choppiness of it, the bump, 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 right? These are just set to a length of 1, meaning when this note plays, it's just gonna play that step. But if I set it to a length of 2, it'll play that slice, not that step, sorry, that slice, and then the following slice. So this will give us a little bit more material to work with when it comes to shortening our decay to make it a little more percussive and cool. So you can hear this one's really messy. Again, we can fine tune this. I'm gonna take our first step and just paste it here. And our 13th step and paste it onto 4. Now we got some material to work with. We can go to our amp page and shorten this up. Maybe a little reverb, some delay. And what's cool here, because of these all being separate slices and triggers, we can use the envelope on our filter to like shape it up and just keep it kind of interesting. And again, this is just from this sample, right? So we're taking, again, this like randomization of a sample and an idea, applying it here, letting the machine kind of spit something back onto us and seeing if we like it or not, and just kind of fine tuning it. I use this all the damn time. Just to show you how simple, again, this is, I'll show you in full speed, fast motion. So same drum beat, I'll go on to track 11 and we'll find another sample here. Yeah, we'll use this, like something you wouldn't even expect to work, like some 90 BPM hip hop thing. And same thing, we're gonna go into grid and I'll slice it up to 16. And this time, we're just gonna go rhythmic. And yes, lock it up. Same thing, we're gonna shorten this up. Now, we're working with something, right? We'll take the step out. And the first step. Filter this down. Maybe we want this a little more open. Put this in HD mode. Look, boom, we got our bass line. Oh, let's turn up some overdrive. I need it. I know I need this. Oh, yes, please. Here it comes. Ooh. Anyway, I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. Hopefully you learned something here today. Until next week, I hope to see you then. You already know the drill. Share the love, share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace. I'm too hyped up for this one.